All right, we are in the new build for the Sim Update 3 beta that released today, I believe. And as you can see, I have got GSX back in the docket. Excuse me, sir. Um, it has been probably since really like genuinely using it since 2020, since I've used GSX, just because I have not been able to. But as you can see, we're sitting on the ground here. I'm in 4K, all my usual settings. I'm sure you're tired of me saying it all the time. Um, but I've got so much overhead GPU to spare for the most part. It's usually sitting around 80 when I'm not recording. 60 FPS locked. Um, I've got absolutely nothing to complain about, dude. I'm so happy to have GSX back in the fold, you know? I missed it, man. I forget how cool it is. Like, it's got so many issues and it's so F-wording annoying. But, let me hop in here with this gal here. But, it is so stinking cool. You know, it's undeniably a cool thing. What's up, lady? What up, bitch? No, I'm just kidding. But, it's so nice to have this. And everything working the way it should. And I gotta say, this is much better performance than I had 2020 running GSX. Because 2020 outperforms the 24 sim, obviously. But I feel like the 24 sim, now with the new sim updates, supports add-ons better. And of course, there's kinks that need to be ironed out, yada yada. Stuff we're still waiting on updates for. But the sheer volume of add-ons being thrown at 24, I found it handles it better. Whereas 2020, like I did a fresh reinstall a couple months ago of both sims. 2020 ran like a dream. And then I just slowly chipped away and added back into my community folder. And it just bogged it down back to what I remember it being. And 24 has not done that. I feel like, I don't know what they changed. I don't know if I'm, just saying crazy stuff, but as I add to the community of 24, I noticed zero, drag on it, if that makes sense. It's like it was designed with a more community folder forward, approach, even though it's mostly streamed. But I don't know. Maybe the streaming is the thing that's helping that out. Who knows? But actually, it probably is, now that I think about it. By the way, that's ridiculous. Look at these textures up close. They get away with it, and Just Flight gets away with it every single time. You get up close to anything Just Flight's ever made, and you go, why is this still acceptable? Why are you one of the leading, developers with the highest prices, one of the highest prices, and I get up not even close to your plane. Like here, on a Just Flight plane, you can see how terrible the textures are. Anyway, I think we're just spoiled with Phoenix stuff and iFly and all that stuff, so I don't know. But let's see if we can get under here. Oh, Buster. Let's stand up and look through the, whatchamacallit, little cargo area. Sorry, it doesn't want to let me do it, so... But nice to have GSX, man. It's nice to have everything running. I'm recording in 1440. I'm having a great time, man. We got the Unify crew out here. Nah, I'm saying. I will say, I went to the GSX app and just installed it. And all these people were purple with purple checkerboards. And I was like, darn it. But then I went, and I guess I updated the installer. I don't know. GSX is prehistoric in the way that it operates, but when you get it set up, it's very nice. And the main feature I wanted it for was to be able to be marshaled into parking spots, because that for some reason does not work in default 24, at least for me. I can never get that to work. But I just want to have somebody waiting at the gate for me when I get out, because I have no incentive to taxi to the gate after I land on a flight. And for the past 3 months, I've just been pausing the sim the second I touch down and turn off the runway and exiting out. Because what's the point of taxiing to an empty gate with absolutely nothing or nobody there? But now I'm at the point where I can have GSX, I can have traffic on, I can have all these things and have a good experience without having to compromise. We just walked through the wall there. Without having to compromise anything that, you know, makes it ugly looking. I want to get a nice little sunset view here. Maybe we'll get a thumbnail. Oh, look at that. How pretty. I'm just so happy with 24, man. Just in the past 2 weeks, how far it's come is insanity, dude. But yeah, if I had to give some tips, I just tried this. I don't know how much it really affects it, but it seems to be doing very well. I had, I think it's the anisotropic filtering. I don't know how to say that word. Isotropic filtering. I had that set to off in the sim, and in the NVIDIA control panel, I had it set to 16x. I changed it to 8x in the control panel, and it seems to be just a nice little smoothing effect there. So if you have it set to 16, maybe bump it to 8. You don't really notice it at all. You'd be surprised. I need to do a video on that. So stay tuned for that. A video about all the settings that you don't notice. If that makes any sense. But yeah, GSX is working. We're back in the New York groove, as Ace Frehley would say. So God bless you. Hopefully you can get in the beta, and if not, rest assured that this build is coming very soon. And I mean, just look, my computer's maxed out to what it can do. You can see we're at almost 100 usage, 60 FPS, we're logged. Just the head tracking alone is just so lovely. It's not choppy. It's wonderful. Anyway, see you.